They say boxing is 90% mental and 10% physical. Whilst I don't truly agree with that, I understand where the saying comes from. And I understand that from all the vast amount of sparring I've done. Now, I've been fortunate enough to spar Billy Joe Saunders.
8 rounds there, Joe, with my fighter, Robert.
Yeah, good, no. It's a good fight. He's done a good work, Ben. He's coming on nicely last time I seen him. He's nice and strong, nice and fit. He's a good fighter. Well done, mate. A lot of a big improvement last time I seen him.
Luke Campbell, ohara Davis, the first Indian world champion, Prince Patel, and I've done many rounds of all of these boxers. And I'll tell you now, firsthand, experience, mental toughness, and understanding how to pace yourself in the fight, these are all mental aspects that kind of outweigh the physical. Because once you get to a certain level, everyone's fit, everyone's fast, everyone's strong, but not everyone can hold it together. Now, there's a boxer called Gary Corcoran. I believe he competed at a good title level. I'm not sure right now off the top of my head what level he got to, but I'm sure he got to intercontinental level as a boxer. And in the boxing gym, no one wanted to spar this guy. He was an animal. He would go at you 100 miles per hour, no mercy. I've seen him have tough spars with loads of great boxers, loads of tough champions. I've seen him box. And I was sparring Gary Corcoran, and I'll be going for my running. I was, believe this or not, I was doing 6-minute miles for 4 miles. I was just in really good shape. And I get to the gym and I spar Gary, and I'm like, today's the day you're going down, Gary. By round 3, I'm breathing out of my ass. And one day, Gary held me close, and he said to me, hold it together. And I would never forget that day, because then I realized there's a moment in the spar where you lose yourself, you lose your concentration, you lose your focus. And in that moment, you hold it together and you stay composed. And when he said it to me, it just made sense, it registered. And then I held it together and I was like, you're right. I ended up guessing the next round and getting my ass handed to me still. But after that moment, I realized how mental boxing really is. And now in my latest spars that I had with different fighters like Billy Joe Saunders, Luke Campbell, I'd been sparring ohara Davis before that moment, and after that moment, I realized this skill has to be used against, and it's holding it together mentally. So when I spar Billy Joe Saunders, this is before he fought Sal Alvarez, we're sparring, and he's hitting me. So before the spar, I'm thinking in my head, he's not a power puncher. Well, that's what they say. Let me tell you this, if somebody isn't a power puncher on world level, you shouldn't be deceived and think they're not a power puncher to the rest of the world, because they really are. And I learned that firsthand. Every single round I wanted to take a knee. But in the spar, I held it together. It was my mental fortitude that saw me through. We've done 8 vicious rounds where I really did take a lot of heavy shots to the body, but I was able to stay focused, able to hold it together, able to use the skills, the mental skills that Gary Corcoran taught me in my early pro years training to see myself through. And it was the exact same thing when I sparred Luke Campbell, who's also another top level operator. I think he's the most accomplished amateur English boxer in history. So that's top level, but I managed to hold it together mentally. And I realized that every single time you're sparring against top level guys, it must be the same as when you're competing. It's more mental than it is physical. Unlike in the earlier levels of boxing, like when you have your first few pro fights, the stronger man just goes in there and beats down the weaker man. But when you get to the higher level, 90% mental, 10% physical, I guarantee you it is